way from Jackson, Mississippi, JoJo. Y'all give it up for JoJo.
Wow.
Yeah.
Man, this is cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. My nephew said I quit. I was actually fired. But it was the greatest thing that ever happened to me. I'm not kidding. I promise you. Sometimes we're trying to hold on to something and our fists are clenched and that fire open up your hands. So I took a job as a car sales person. And so not knowing that I was walking into Gone with the Wind, I'm serious. It was a literal plantation. I'm not kidding. So as soon as I get there, the guy at the detail shop, and he came to me, he said, JoJo, Miss Laura ain't gonna like you. I'm like, why? Because she used to be best dressed, but now you best dressed. I'm like, oh, okay. They don't know that everything I got on was layaway. I'm serious. I didn't do no business with nobody unless they could give me a layaway. She talking about, yes, I went to New York to all the fabulous boutiques. She didn't know I was getting all my stuff out of Rose's. Killing her. So the first day I'm there, I'm filling out my paperwork. And I'm thinking, okay, all right, I got an opportunity. I'm going to make 10 grand a month. I'm going to make this work. So I'm sitting there, I'm filling out my paperwork, and I overhear her say, well, actually, in retrospect, it wasn't over here. It was directed towards me because I was killing. I was clean. I had an outfit from the $10 store. She didn't know, though. 10 for the top, 10 for the bottom. I was busting. So I'm there. I'm filling out my paperwork, and I overhear her say, you know, Meghan Markle, she doesn't have royal blood. And I'm like, dang. Well, she probably don't have it on her daddy's side, but definitely on her mama's side. I'm just saying, when you're descendants of the oldest people in the world, I mean, how much more royal can you get than that? You know, so I'm like, okay, I'm going to ignore her. I'm finna make this 10 grand a month. I'm finna get these cars out of here. And one day, I come in, and they say, Miss JoJo, would you please come to my office? I'm like, oh, God. Why does she want to see me? She's in charge of HR. What she want? So as soon as I walk in, I hear Mahalia Jackson playing in the background. How I got over. I said, oh, God, I know this is going to be hell. Mahalia Jackson is playing, I've been falling and rising. I'm like, this is going to be terrible. So I come in, Mahalia is humming in the background. I sit down, and she was like, well, JoJo, I just want to welcome you to the dealership. Also, I want you to know it's a reason why they only have one steering wheel in a car. I'm like, uh-oh. I don't say anything. Well, the reason why I'm telling you this is because I'm going to need you to tone down your lipstick. I was like, okay. I didn't say anything. And also, we're going to need for you to cover up your derriere. And I'm like, then I hear Mahalia, I've been falling and rising all these years. I'm like, oh, Mahalia, help me, Lord Jesus. So I didn't say anything. As soon as she finished the speech, I'm sitting there, and Mahalia, she's moaning in the background, and I'm like, now, you want me to tone down something that you going to get surgically done to yourself. Actually, she probably had a male practice suit because they did a horrible job. I'm not kidding. She getting her lips done, her butt done. Ain't none of it's working. You know what I mean? Obviously, your fetishes, these salesmen downstairs, because when I hit the strobe, they breaking their necks. So obviously, that's what she took issue with. Now, don't get me wrong. I ain't got nothing against plastic surgery. Do what you want to do. But when you start putting your insecurities on me, your fallacies are going to stick out to me. You know, your botch booty job go stick out. Your botch lip job go stick out. You looking like Kenny Rogers about the eyes, like you from Asia, because they done took all the skin off around your eyes. And I'm thinking like, oh, my God. So I'm thinking, okay, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that she does not like you, Joe. We gonna make this work. I don't care. I'm gonna come into this plantation. I'm in Gone with the Wind every day, and I'm gonna do my very best to make this job work. I don't care. So I'm in my office, and here comes the sales manager. I want you to know that you're very beautiful. I said, thank you. I want you to know back in 75, my daddy would give me $40 when I had a date. I'm like, okay. And I start hearing my head, how I got over. I said, oh, this is going to be rough. I've been falling and rising all these years. I said, oh, God, this is tough. When my hair start playing in the background, I know this is going to be rough. Well, JoJo, I just want you to know that I love your hair. I would love to touch it, but I probably shouldn't do that. Did you sign that handbook? Because, you know, we aren't supposed to be touching your hair or anything like that. But I just want you to know that this young lady that I went out with, we were friends. She had an afro just like yours. If I could just touch it. No, I better not do that. Well, she had an afro just like yours. We were lovers, and then we were friends, and then we was... Yeah, so I'm just going to dismiss myself. I'm sitting there like, oh, my God. Then he came back. Can I pray for you? I've been in the ministry for so many. I said, this sucker trying to bless my soul and my whole. Well, I am not going. I'm like, God, I got to focus. I came here to sell cars. I'm going to make this 10 G's a month. I got to make this work. So the next day I come in to Gone with the Wind. Scarlett O'Hara, she's upstairs. She's watching me. And I see her watching me as I cross across the showroom floor. And she's watching me, and I'm like, man, I just want to make this showroom floor a runway. She checking me out. So, baby, I walk through. Oh. I do one of them old 1985 club moves. I'm like, oh, my God, cannot be real. I came here to get paid, and all I'm getting done is being harassed. So they got this cat in there that's a sales guy that works with me. I like to refer to him as Billy Bob. I would call him Johnny Charles, because he appears to be the type of guy who mother slept with two men, one named Johnny, one named Charles. She didn't know which one was the daddy, and she just named him Johnny Charles. And so I'm like, okay, that's cool. Here comes Johnny Charles, a.k.a. Judas, a.k.a. Crystal Meth Mouth. Like I said, I ain't got nothing against whatever you want to do. That's your business. But when you start coming at me, your fallacies go stick out. And those brown teeth look like he had stuck them in fudge every morning before he came to work. That's what was standing out to me. So he would take somebody to the desk to get a car done. He would get someone like Becky Sue would come, credit score 2, and she ride out with a new car. I get Tyrone, credit score 550. They can't get them done. I'm like, how am I going to win in this situation? So I said, what I'm going to do, I'm going to avoid her at all costs. I'm going to avoid him at all costs. I'm just going to focus. Then one day I woke up and I heard a different song. Teddy Pendergrass, wake up everybody, no more sleeping in bed. I see it's on now, baby. Hey! I walked through the plantation door. I said, I'm no longer shrinking myself. From that point on, I was standing over like an old wild dog. I was over like, what you got? Whatever it is you got, come on with it. I growled out about a couple of weeks, and the next week I came in, I was fired. And it was the best thing that ever happened to me. I mean, I would go to them and I'd be like, hey, look, if I could get some of the leads that y'all giving old Billy Bob, a.k.a. Meth Mouth, you know, maybe, you know. So they gave me a lead. Guess who they gave me? LeBron James. Man, they picking at me. Man, it would have been so cool if I could have got LeBron to come there and buy. How many cars you want? Let me get 7 of them. Oh, that would have been so cool if I could have got LeBron James. LeBron, they were picking at me because of you, man. Anyway. So I'm just saying that wherever you are, wherever you go, no matter what the obstacles are, you got to keep your goals in mind. No matter how tough it is, I still tried to press through. Even though I got fired, it was the greatest day of my life.